step 11. Now, if we hadn't said this, please like and subscribe and get notifications, because that's how we keep this channel going.
That's right.
We want to spread the good word about recovery and how life can be. So you can help us do that by subscribing and sharing and liking. All that stuff helps us crack that algorithm code that is our enemy.
It's our enemy.
It is step 11. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. That's the longest step.
That is a long step.
Yes. So when I first kind of read this, I started thinking about this. There's a couple of these in the 12 that you can actually start doing right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Like this is one of the ones that you can do right when you're doing step 1, right?
Yeah.
And kind of thing. Because it's about prayer and meditation. And that's a scary word for a lot of people.
It is.
That's really what I got out of this is, you tell me, you've been doing this a lot longer. Is this a real sticking point for a lot of people? Or can it be?
I think if people come into this with, and God in general is a sticking point, then this is going to be a sticking point.
Yeah.
And then also people who prefer to just be kind of agnostic and they're like, well, I guess there's something out there that I can believe in. But then you're asked to pray, which means that you have got to get somewhat specific about what you're praying to. And,
right.
And so that it is a sticking point. What I really like in this step is the improving our conscious contact. This is about developing a relationship with God.
Yes.
And as we let go of the baggage that we have, as we let go of our resentments, as we start to live more honestly, as we start to have more integrity, it's like we're opening that door a little bit wider each time for that light to come in. But like you said, it only takes a little crack. You don't have to wait until you're some kind of,
Well, that's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
And you think it will.
And that's unrealistic.
And unfortunately, you may hear it on TV and different things that will happen. That doesn't happen.
Well, we're going to talk about that in step 12.
We
with
are.
The spiritual awakening thing.
Yeah.
But this is developing a relationship with your higher power. And listening and speaking to this power on a daily basis.
I think when you start to understand the power that's in prayer and meditation and your conscious contact with God, what ends up happening, what happened for me is I start finding out, we always talk about this, a lot of my prayer is not for something. I'm not asking God to give me money or give me whatever. I'm trying to figure out what his will for me is in my life. And when you get closer to figuring out that he only wants what's best for us, that's where that light starts coming in.
Yeah.
Because we tend to sabotage that when we don't even know it. Because that's just the way we are. That's the way we're built, right? And I think there's a lot of people that are closed off, and what infuriates me about religion, okay, is I think that I've met some people that are agnostic and atheists and say they are and have all this issues. I really, once you talk to them, I don't think they have really ever had a big problem with God. They have a big deal with God's fans.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And that just makes me mad, because most people I think are turned off spiritually to God because of other people, not because of God.
That's exactly
and
right.
That's a shame. That's a dang shame, man.
And it's a journey to let go of that resentment, which is why we have a step 4. We have to let go of the resentment that we have about other people that claim to be religious, that have hurt us in the past, and come to kind of just let go. And I think that's what meditation is in a lot of ways, is just letting go. And letting go of any kind of notions or expectations that we have. Yeah,
I read something really funny when I was kind of researching this. It's a story that somebody was telling about an atheist that was in recovery and got to this step and was telling their sponsor they really did. This was not a no-go for them, and the sponsor was like, "Listen, here's what you can do." And this guy did this: is he would pray in the morning, God, I'm asking you to show me what you want for my life today. I'm asking for good things. I'm asking to stay sober and clean today. and I know you don't exist, but I'm asking for this anyway.
That's
And
good.
at the end of the day,
I like that.
they would be, God, thank you for helping me stay sober today. Thank you for the blessings that I've realized in my life. Although you don't exist, I thank you anyway. And did this, and after about 6 months, the story is this person is a changed human being, because the power, even that, changed everything about what they did, and now they're like totally in ministry and doing some other stuff. It's so funny because the Bible is full of people arguing and screaming at God, screaming out, "I hate you. Why do you let this?" But guess what? You're talking to him.
And that's okay. God doesn't mind that we get mad.
Of course not.
I mean, he's okay with that.
What has that man seen? What is that?
Exactly.
What is that entity seen?
And the story is so beautiful, and it's such a good example of why sponsorship is so important.
It is.
We need a sponsor. We need that mentor and guidance to kind of find a way around our objections and just say, you know what, just do it.
Yeah.
It's not costing you anything.
Right.
It's not hurting
What do you have to
anything.
lose?
Yeah, what do you have to lose? Just do it and see what happens. If nothing happens, then you're going to be the same as you were before.
Exactly. So. And the word meditation can get a little scary. For me, that's a little new agey sounding.
Yeah.
But I that's not what it is at all. To me, I can do it really well with music, or believe it or not, I do it when I'm mowing the yard and listening to certain music. I can get into a time where I'm praying. There's a bunch of ways to meditate. You can meditate for 2 minutes. You can meditate for 20. It's a matter of just being still and letting yourself get grounded. That's kind of how I feel about it.
We spend so much time living in the constructs in our head. We live in the past that we're creating in our mind. We're living in the future that we're creating in our mind. Meditation is, to me, simply doing your best to live in the here and now. And
That's
listening to what's going on right now. It's not, and it doesn't have to be some kind of burning bush or voice in your head. It's just what's happening right now. Do I need to be worried right now? Do I need to be scared right now? Do I need to be angry right now? And coming to a place of gratitude.
That's the word, being grateful because of what we have.
And I think that's the flip between saying, man, God, you need to just give me what I don't have, to God, help me do your will with what I do have. Because I truly believe that at any given time we have exactly what we need to do what we need to do.
Yep.
So it's a spiritual relationship. It's a spiritual life that we are called to live. And this is what drives that.
Yeah. Good job. Like, subscribe.